where karma always finds a way. This is part 3 of our series on people who picked the wrong person. If you are not subscribed yet, hit that button right now. You do not want to miss what is coming after this. Story 1. A man named Terry had been blocking a fire exit in his apartment building with storage boxes for 6 months. Management had sent 3 notices. Terry ignored all 3. He told a neighbor the exit was never used anyway. Then a woman on his floor introduced herself to the building manager. She was a retired fire safety inspector with 30 years of experience. She had noticed the blocked exit on her first day in the building. She had been quietly documenting it ever since. She submitted a formal report to the city fire marshal's office with photographs, dates, copies of all 3 ignored notices. The city inspector arrived within 48 hours. Terry received a formal violation notice, required to clear the exit within 24 hours, fined for the blocked exit, and the building management company was placed on a fire safety improvement plan. Terry cleared the boxes that same evening. The exit has been clear every day since. Story 2. A senior accountant named Phil had been billing clients for hours he never worked for 2 years, inflating his timesheets by 30 to 40% every month. A junior colleague named Anna had noticed the pattern while cross-referencing billing records. She said nothing for 4 months. She just built a comparison spreadsheet. Every client, every billing entry, every hour that could not be accounted for. When she had enough, she did not go to HR. She went to the firm's external auditor, who was conducting the annual review that same week. She handed him her spreadsheet directly. The audit expanded immediately. Phil's records going back 3 years were reviewed. Over $200,000 in fraudulent billing was uncovered. He was terminated and referred to the Law Society. His license to practice was suspended pending investigation. Anna was offered a senior position at the firm. She accepted and implemented a new billing verification system on her first day. Story 3. A neighbor named Ross had been letting his cats roam into the adjacent property and destroy the garden for 8 months. The garden owner, Margaret, had complained 4 times. Ross said cats cannot be controlled. Margaret said nothing after that. She just documented everything. 12 weeks of photographs, damage assessments, dates. Then she filed a formal complaint with the city because Margaret had spent 22 years as a municipal code enforcement officer. She knew every ordinance that applied, every escalation path, every fine structure. Ross received a formal animal nuisance notice, required to install containment measures within 30 days, fined for property damage, and warned that a second complaint would result in mandatory animal surrender proceedings. He installed a cat containment system within 2 weeks. Margaret replanted her garden. Ross has not said a word to her since. She has not needed him to. Story 4. A warehouse manager named Derek had been reassigning completed shipment records to his own name to boost his performance metrics. His team did the work. He took the numbers. A logistics coordinator named Sam had been keeping his own parallel tracking records for 5 months. Every shipment, every actual completion date, every team member who had done the work. When the quarterly review came, Sam requested a meeting with the regional director, brought his 5 months of parallel records. The regional director compared them against Derek's official reports. The discrepancies were impossible to explain. Derek was placed on immediate suspension. The investigation found he had been manipulating records for over 2 years. He was terminated. Sam was promoted to warehouse manager. His first act was to implement a team-wide transparent tracking system so that everyone's contribution was visible and undeniable. Some people work in the shadows. Some people document in the shadows. And eventually the light finds everything. If you love stories where the right person wins, subscribe to Karma Delivered right now. New stories every single Monday. Part 4 is already written and coming next week.